Hey guys, so today I'm going to be trading gold. Um, Looks like it's a possibility that gold wants to go down. First and foremost, if you've been with me for a while, the first thing we do is we try to identify what time we're in right now, which is exactly 3 a.m. in the morning. Till 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. in the morning. Alright. So once we figure out what time it is, we try to find out exactly where price is going. We all know that gold long term is in an uptrend, right? But for the sake of this time, it looks like gold is coming down. It looks like it's making lower lows, lower highs. This is the 15-minute. So now we're gonna look for a target that we can find. See where gold really wants to reach. There is a possibility that gold wants to come to this gap down here. Okay. And then there is a possibility that gold also wants to reach for these highs over here. Okay. Or these lows over here. They look very tempting. These equal lows over here. Oh, it looks like it's already coming down. Hopefully we can catch something before it leaves without us. But yeah, it looks like it's tanking already. Looks like on the 5-minute there is indeed a fair value gap here that we can use for target practice, or for target, excuse me. Alright. Looks like it's making lower lows, lower highs. Alright. Looks like there's a nice fair value gap here. Right. It hasn't closed yet, but there is a fair value gap there. Yeah, it just looks like it just wants to keep going down, honestly. Let me go back to the 3-minute. Yeah. Okay, it looks like price is going back, so that's good because we need an entry. Alright, so 1 minute. That's see peep how, look at this. You see how like I just marked it up on, I think it was the 5-minute that I marked up this fair value gap even before the 5-minute candle closed, right? That's from experience. I like, the more you practice, the more you just see stuff without even having to go on a lower time frame. Like, I already know there's probably a fair value gap here as well, but on a lower time frame. Alright, fair value gap is here. I could wait for it to reach up in there, but since I already know price wants to come all the way down here, what I do is I mark it up like that. Alright, push it up there. This is my target, the high time frame target that we marked up earlier, right? You know, this is like the low hanging fruit right here. Like, so this will be TP1, TP2, TP3 if we're really daring. But right now, since it's not really a strong push, a strong decision, there hasn't really been a strong decision to show that price wants to come all the way down here to this fair value, to this gap that opened up, this void gap that opened up earlier. All I see is like a mini downtrend here. So at any moment, price can just take out one liquidity like TP1 and fly up to take out this high over here, and then come all the way down and hit this void that it made over here. But in this situation, I think it's just gonna go for the closest liquidity. It might even reach down here to TP2, you know, but I must have a strong belief it wants to come down instead of go up. because the liquidity is there at the time. The liquidity is here at the time of 3 a.m. Eastern to 5 a.m. Eastern. Look, it just tapped into our fair value gap that we was looking for. Stop loss, we don't have a stop loss yet, but okay, so on MD5 we do see it coming down. Already started making lows. So what we're gonna do is just start entering trades because they look good so far. It's just a strong push to the downside. So basically look for my target, which is the second TP. Alright, so $5,482. Okay, that's where our target is. Gotta set the other targets as well. I think I entered 3 times. So those will be my targets. So I'm aiming for basically the second TP, not the first TP. Yeah. Still, price seems to still be playing around that fair value gap over there on the 1 minute. Pretty sure probably on a lower time frame. There's probably an on a higher time frame. It probably just closed the candle to form another fair value gap. Probably a 5 minute, 3 minute candle just closed. If you look closely, there's a mini. If you look closely, there's a mini fair value gap here. That's what price is reacting off right now. So it's pushing price up a little bit. Alright, but our overhead mini trend for this hour, for this session, is bearish. And yeah, let me go back on trading view. Okay, so I just had to get an entry first, but basically, so my whole thought process behind this trade, right, is right now when I enter the charts, right, I see equal lows right here, right? I see equal lows right here. This is the closest equal lows I see. Then I see price coming down a little bit during this time. Okay, so price has a potential to aim for these liquidity before it pushes back up, right? This void gap down here is a possibility that price can come down here, but I don't want to take that chance because at the same time, if you look over here, liquidity did get taken out here. Even though it's a mini liquidity, it did get taken out here, and then price flew up, right? So there's a possibility it doesn't even come down here. It just takes this one out and then shoots up. Okay. Even though price is greedy, it wants to take people's money first before it goes up. There's a chance that it might just take this one, leave this alone, and go up because of how bullish gold is right now. Okay. 15 minute. Right now it's doing its regular pullback. Yeah. So yeah, on the 5 minute there was a fair value gap that formed. All right. Let's see if price let's see where we should put our stop loss. I think our stop loss, in my opinion, should be a little bit above. Hold on, give me a second. Let me figure out where prices are right now. Your price is up here, so there's a possibility our stop loss will probably be up here. Just to give it some room to play around, because it might form, like it did yesterday, it might form equal highs or some liquidity above here around this area before it comes back down. Yeah, but right now I think it wants to come down and take out these liquidities. They look too enticing. It looks too enticing to not want to come down and take it out. Like this right here, it looks too good for price to not rip down and take it. Like it looks too good. So 1 minute. Looks like right now it's reacting off of this fair value gap right here. This 5 minute fair value gap. Yeah, this mini 5 minute fair value gap. It looks like price was reacted off of that one. Looks like it's gonna keep playing around. The thing about price is that there's a chance that it comes up here too. This liquidity up here, there's a chance that price comes up to this fair value gap up here. It's a possibility, but I don't want it to come up there. If it's really bearish, I don't honestly want price to come up here. If price has to come up here, then I'll probably be out the trade. Yeah, I'll probably be out the trade, because there's no way something that's bearish will want to come all the way back up here. Like, there's no point. And I don't want to take that chance trading gold. See, look, it's coming back up. Looks like it wants to take out some type of liquidity. Right now, I cannot see the liquidity that it wants to reach at right now. So I'm just being patient, hopefully praying that this right here is the liquidity that it wants, so it could just come down. But again, there's a possibility it might come up here. There's like a mini fair value gap right here as well on a lower time frame. But yeah, there's a possibility that it even comes up here. There's a possibility that it comes up here. We just right now, I'm just not sure where it wants to reach right now. I'm just going off of this first fair value gap that I see. Okay, so that's why I'm giving it a little bit of room, just in case maybe there's a lower time frame fair value gap here that it wants to reach. But yeah, if it has to come, that's why my stop loss is up here at this fair value gap. If it has to come all the way up here, there's like no point for me to be in this trade. It's like no point at all. So I'm okay with this loss. I'm okay with it. But if it comes up here, I'm out the trade. I don't see the reason why price has to come all the way up here, rip through, and then come all the way here and then take. I do not see the reason, especially at this time, as well as especially how bullish gold is around this time. I don't see the point of it coming all the way up here and going up. Like, there's no point. So yeah, so why did I take this trade? So initially, like I said, on the higher time frame, I saw it coming down, right? So I went on a lower time frame, like, okay, let me see, like, so, alright, so on the 1 hour, I started seeing price coming down. Okay, during the time that I trade, I'm looking for fair value gaps, right? Between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern, I'm looking for fair value gap, and I'm looking at the targets that price wants to reach at. I've already identified the targets it wants to reach at. Then I'm looking at the liquidity that price took out. Price took out this liquidity, and if we go on a lower time frame, I could probably guess that this right here is connected to a fair value gap here. Okay, so yeah, so we have our targets, and then we have the reason why we think it's coming down. Okay, so there we go on a lower time frame, right? Oh, there we go on a lower time frame, and we start to identify where we're at. If a fair value gap was formed anywhere, we try to identify a tighter take profit, identify where our stop losses are at. We try to identify whatever we can. Okay, so in this situation, TP1, TP2, and TP3 were down here, but I'm not reaching for down here. Yeah, so then we look at what trend is it doing right now. If it's making like a trend, we enter. So right in this situation, we have an uptrend is coming up. We see that the price was in a mini uptrend. It went up, then pulled down. It just pulled down. So then we start seeing that it's making it's making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Okay, so then we're like, okay, cool. We see that these equal lows look good. We see that these equal lows look good. So now we're just finding out like what's gonna happen. So we go on a lower time frame to try to see if we can find a fair value gap even more. We come here and what do we see? 1, 2, 3. Fair value gap right here. 5-minute fair value gap right here. Like the best time to trade is honestly doing 3 a.m., 5 a.m. Eastern, and 8 a.m. Eastern to 11 a.m. Eastern, because price always has something there for you to take an entry. Even if you don't see it, it's there. Somebody else probably saw it. Maybe it's not on this chart. Maybe it's on silver. Maybe it's on XAUUSD. It doesn't matter, but it always has an opportunity. Okay, so this is a 5-minute fair value gap here. All right, so far we're seeing that price is reacting off that 5-minute fair value gap. Okay, so we go on a lower time frame to identify all the fair value gaps that price can react off of. This is the first one I see during time. I see another one all the way up here, which is around the original order block. But I'm not reaching for that. I don't want price to go all the way up there, especially with how bullish of a trend gold is. So I go back on a lower time frame. Basically, you're just running through every single time frame to try to see if there's something that you're missing. And I'm on the 3-minute now, and I see that there was indeed a fair value gap here, pushed it down. I see that so far on the 3-minute, not really a strong fair value gap for me to use on the 3-minute over here. There's still one up here. Okay, then we try to find out why price is moving up at this time. Alright, so yeah, let's see. So then we go on the 1-minute. Right, and then on the 1-minute, we see that there is a mini fair value gap around here on the 1-minute. Right, so that could be the reason why price is pushing up. Okay, cool. So we also see like on the 1-minute that price is making lower lows, lower highs. It did a breakup structure over here. There was a breakup structure over here. Let me see. There was like a mini breakup structure over here. Okay. We also see that on the 1-minute that there's a big fair value gap here. So not just a 5-minute fair value gap, it's a 1-minute fair value gap. Alright, that's the closest fair value gap we can see. Alright, then we try to see if there's more fair value gaps that price wants to reach for. We never truly know what fair value gap price wants to reach for. We just look at what's the closest one during time and see how price reacts for that. There's a fair value gap up here on the 1-minute. I think this was like my last result. That's why I have my fair value gap above that I have my stop loss above this fair value gap here. If it breaks this one on the 1-minute, then I'm like okay, whatever. So I'm cool with just losing this amount. I'm like, okay, cool. But if it has to go all the way up here, then there's no point. There's no point. Yeah, but you can see that after this breakup structure, price came down, went back up, right, and then came back down, went back up, right, and it just keeps making. Look, if you look over here, fair value gap right here, it just keeps hitting fair value gaps and then dropping. So it hits that fair value gap, makes a lower high, comes back down. After it hits this fair value gap over here, it comes back down, makes a lower low, right? Makes a lower low around here, right? Then pushes back up, makes a lower high, pushes back down, makes a lower low, pushes back up, makes a lower high, consolidates a little bit, then rips down, right? It makes a strong rip to the downside like that. Right, so this one made me strongly believe this is what fair value gap it wants, because it just such a strong rip to the downside. Alright, so once this happened, that's why I decided to basically enter this fair value gap. And then on top of that, when it did this rip, it was around 3 o'clock in the morning, so I decided to enter that. And these are my targets already. So it just keeps making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Just keeps doing that. This liquidity equal lows liquidity didn't get taken out yet. Equal. That didn't get taken out yet. This one didn't get taken out either. Right, didn't get taken out yet. If you look underneath it, fair value gap right here. Yep. So there's a fair value gap below these equal lows over here. So if somebody else was bored, they could put this as TP3 and then this as TP4. But I'm good with just taking TP2. You have to be satisfied with with your target. Like, you know, there's no reason for you to just always reach for the lowest target and get greedy, because at the end of the day, like, price can always hit something and go up, especially since this is not in a downtrend. It's in a bullish trend. It's in a bull trend, you know what I mean? So I'll just wait. I'll just take what I need to do, especially as a scalper and intraday trader. I'm okay with just taking the closest target. How many points is this? So on gold, 4,757. If I translate that to pips, that's like 475 points. You know, like, I'm okay with taking this. This 5 minute plus 1 minute fair value gap is still holding. Look, it formed another mini fair value gap here on the 1 minute. So let's see what happens. Yep. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? TP1 and TP2 just got smacked. Like I said, like this happens every single day. Like if you watch the past 3-4 videos that I've let out, you can see I've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like just the same thing over and over again. Like nothing different. Nothing. I haven't done anything different. It's the same thing over and over again. Like you just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Alright, nothing different. It's just rinse and repeat. The way it came down, like it came down with so much energy that it really might just come down here and go up, or it might come down to this gap. Like it's coming out with so much power, so much energy. But hey, I'm okay with it. I'm cool with just going home with 435 pips on gold, doing London session. As you can see, how long was I in the trade for? I entered on this time 305, and I got out at 345-ish, 343-ish. So it wasn't that bad. I was in there for a whole hour. See, that's literally what it is. The equal lows liquidity, this trend line liquidity here. Like I saw it all. So I was like, yeah, there's no way. Look, I saw all this. You know, like there was literally no way. This trend line liquidity was here. Equal lows liquidity was here. Fair value gaps was all below them. You know, like I just knew. Look, it's coming back up. Look at that. It might come up to this fair value up and tank, excuse me, but see, like I'm okay with just taking it before it starts doing weird stuff like that. Okay, but I knew, like, look, trendline liquidity is here, equal lows liquidity is here. Like I just knew price has to come down here. It just has to. It's like impossible for it to not come here. It's like as soon as the breakup structure happened here, it kept coming down during the time that I trade. I just knew, and then I seen the fair value gap up here on the 5 minute, and now went on the lower time. On the 1 minute, I seen this big. On the 1 minute, I seen this big fair value gap. Then I went on the 5 minute, and I see a mini fair value gap that it formed. I just knew price was gonna play around here, but I like to give price room just in case it wants to come up here, you know, and then tank, or maybe it wants to reach for this other fair value gap up here and then tank. So that's why I have my stop loss all the way up here. But I knew if price has to come all the way up here, that it's gonna turn bullish and keep going up. But in this situation, notice how I do in time, 3 o'clock a.m. it just went to the closest fair value gap over here and then just ripped now, you know, and went after these liquidity right here. Okay, you know what, let me go ahead and type it for some people who don't. So this is a type of liquidity that always forms. It's called a trend line liquidity. Notice how I just keep hitting the trend line and it went up. As soon as the breakup structure happened, it started going down. I'm still not worried about anything happening around here. I'm not worried about none of that because it's outside of my trading time. You know, so I waited. Then if you look closely, doing the trend line liquidity, if you see it, it ripped down from the fair value gap on the 1 minute, right? Came back into that fair value gap and then just tanked. You know, that's just how I knew. Like, I was like, yeah, this is definitely gonna hit these targets. You know, it was too powerful. But yeah. So I do this every single day. Let me show you guys how much I earned. And I was literally only in drawdown for like a little bit, like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and it never hit my stop loss. Now it's coming back up. See, I'm not really worried about any of that. Yep. So today I made 93,000. Another close to 6-figure day. 93,885. And so far I have not lost this week. You know, if I look at the custom period from yesterday from Monday to Thursday today, I have not lost. So I'm up doing I might trade doing 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. But if I don't see nothing really big, nothing obvious, I'm not gonna take the trade. Yep. And sorry for all these drawings. I was just trying to indicate all the fair value gaps that I saw, all the targets that I saw. I made these circles just to show you guys the lower lows and the rejection and the pullbacks. That's it. But yep. Alright guys, that's it. Hopefully I could get a trade at 8 a.m. Eastern. But if not, that's cool. Yeah, so that's it guys. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you guys wanted to know how I handle fair value, guys, I'm going to link it down below in the description. And see you guys.